Here we go. Let's break down a sample nighttime skincare routine. So I'm going to show you what my nightly routine looks like right now. And we can try to make a routine that would work perfectly for you. But this is really just what mine looks like right now. My phone is actually on the mirror, so I'm going to have to dip down a little bit to be able to wash my face and show you once I do that. But for now, let's get started. So first thing I have is my makeup wipes, my Shine Wipes. These things are awesome. They are big and they are full of yumminess, okay? They smell delicious. They're full of really great nutrients and oils that help take off that mascara and your eye makeup and even your face makeup. Why am I removing my makeup with a cloth, you might be wondering? I used to think that these were like quick fixes, right? If you don't have access to water, then you would use one of these. False. You're going to use one of these because you want to break down that makeup that's been on your face. If you just dive right in with soap and water, all you're doing is rubbing in and rubbing around all the makeup that's on your face. You're basically making some sort of makeup soap paste. And you're rubbing that into your pores. So the first thing you got to do is remove it. And look at all the junk on here. Right? This is my makeup. I'm taking off the day. I'm also taking off any impurities or pollution or dirt that's gotten stuck on my face, and I'm not rubbing that into my pores. I'm taking it off first. Okay? So step one, remove your makeup. Okay? Step two is going to be to cleanse. Okay? So right here I've got my cleanser. Okay? I'm going to take off any of that yucky makeup. This is the Pore Purifying Cleanser. So you would use this if you have oily skin. We also have a moisture boosting cleanser. You would use that if you had maybe dry to normal skin. Okay, for me right now at this time of year, I have sort of oily skin. My T-zone is always oily. I struggle with that, and I struggle with acne in this zone as well. So this is my go-to cleanser. Okay, doesn't take very much, so I'm just going to do just this little bit. Okay, you're going to want to mix that with water. So you want to dampen your face first. So I'm just going to dampen my face. And then you're going to take your cleanser and you're going to rub it in. Try to avoid the eyes. There's little microbeads in here. They are not made of plastic because those are not good for you. They're not good for the environment. And you don't want anything too harsh. But right now I'm literally just cleansing. Another great point that you should probably know is that you should be using these fingers anytime you're rubbing stuff into your face. You have a lot of pressure. This finger is very strong, okay? So you want to be using these fingers to massage, okay? The next thing I want to do is you're going to want to rinse that face off. So for your purposes, because you don't want to duck down too much, I'm going to just dampen a cloth, okay? And I'm going to wipe it. I'm going to just sort of do circular motions to get that cleanser off and to take off any makeup that was left, as well as any yucky dirt and oil that has been in my pores. Okay, I want it a little bit dry, not too dry. So that was step two, okay? So the first thing I did was makeup remover. Step two was to cleanse. Step three, my purifying, my detoxifying mask. So I'm going to scoop out a little bit of my mask with my spoon. I'm going to scoop that out. And this stuff makes a little bit of a mess. You only need a Hershey Kiss size. You don't need very much. And you can use a brush to apply it, your foundation brush. I have a lot of extra brushes laying around, not many people do. Or you can use your fingers, that's okay. So if you have skin that is oily, or you struggle with problems with acne or pores, right? Large pores with a lot of junk in them. You're going to want to use this mask 2 to 3 times a week. Okay, maybe on the 3 side. Because you're going to need this mask to help purify those pores. If you are struggling with dry skin or normal skin, just have normal skin, then you would use this less frequently, right? Because you need less purifying. You need less of that pore removing. And you only need a thin layer. You can probably already see that you can hear the fizz. You hear the fizz when I wipe it. Oxygenating. And I'm going to let it dry a little bit. okay? Remember that when you are using this, you want to pull it out with a spoon or a popsicle stick, something that is not going to get moisture or oil into that jar, because you're basically contaminating the rest of the jar. So I always pop the lid back on just to keep it nice and secure and safe, and I'm done. So step 3 is that mask, and we're gonna let that mask dry out, okay? You can actually hear it fizzing. I don't know if you can hear it fizzing. To me, it sort of sounds like Pop Rocks, or it sounds like a soda, right? When you twist it, it's got that fizzy sound. And so I'm pulling out all the impurities out of my face. I'm taking out the oil in my pores. I'm shrinking my pores. The last time I used this, I woke up in the morning and all of my cheek redness was not there. It was non-existent. Usually I wake up in the morning, wash my face, I've got like this cheek redness that is sort of rosacea. I don't want to officially diagnose it, but it's definitely red and blotchy and sometimes a little acne laden. So the last time I used this, it was awesome. I woke up in the morning and my skin felt great. So once it's all dry, okay, and so I'm just trying to get mine to dry. Usually takes about 5 minutes. You want to use a thin layer, okay? Drying is going to help adhere the mask to the stuff in your pores, so that when you wash it off, kind of like those Biore pore strips, when you wash it off, you're going to be able to pull out all of that stuff, all that toxins, all the yucky stuff, right? So we want to detoxify. So we're pulling that out once that mask is dry, okay? So we're going to pretend that my mask is dry right now. It's almost dry. And so we are going to then rinse it off, okay? This does make a mess sometimes if you're using some sort of a cloth. So I would use maybe a cloth you don't love so much, because it is charcoal. So it's going to be black. It will wash out, but it doesn't look so good. So I wouldn't really use your good guest towels for that. And you want to sort of do in circles. You can use your hands too, but you're going to take that and wipe that away from all the places. I like this step. It kind of looks like I have a goatee. You like that? I feel like a pirate. So I'm pulling out all those toxins. I'm going to wake up with a happy face tomorrow, because all that junk's going to be out of my face. And my face feels awesome. It feels clean. It feels fresh. And I'm going to move on to my next step. So pop quiz, step 1, what was that? Take off makeup. Step 2, cleanse with your chosen cleanser. Step 3, you're going to want to do your mask, okay? And again, that's only, 3-4 times a week if you are somebody with oily skin or acne prone skin, especially in that T-zone, right? If that T-zone gets oily, if you notice that after you wash your face, you get a shine really quickly, then that means your skin's probably oily. If it takes a while, then you're going to notice that your skin's probably dry, right? And if it takes a moderate amount of time, it's probably going to be more normal skin. So you can sort of try to figure that out. And so my face feels nice and soft right now. It feels really great. And so my next step is going to be, for me, I very often skip this in the summer because my skin tends to be oily. So if I combine the Uplift with the night cream, it's too much. However, in the winter, I'm gonna wanna do that. So right now I'm gonna skip that. Ordinarily though, I would apply this Uplift, this oil, okay? And I could probably do it a little bit. I'm actually gonna apply it, I'll do it to my cheeks. On those redness places, right? You can do it anywhere, so it's really good, it's moisture. You're gonna quench that thirst. Remember that oily skin has issues too. Oily skin needs moisture. The reason that oily skin is oily is because it's making a lot of extra moisture. So you can apply that all over your face, that Uplift serum, okay? Remember that Uplift is not just for eyes, it's for everything. And then the very last step before I go to bed would be my night cream. So night cream comes in a pretty jar, similar to the mask, but not the same. So notice the jars look alike. This is the night cream, so you're gonna wanna read that. It says correcting night cream. And you're only gonna want a tiny bit because it is full of moisture. It's full of moisture because it's trying to plump up your skin and prevent those wrinkles. So you only need a little bit. And you're gonna wanna put that in the places where you feel like you need it. So those forehead wrinkles that I rock, and I've been using that Instant Uplift Serum for, can't talk. I'm gonna apply that night cream there. I'm also gonna use it under my eyes. And I'm also gonna use it around my mouth because I just don't want frown lines. Okay. Remember that any routine that you're doing with your skin, it's gonna take you about 2 weeks to adjust. So if you hate it at first, if you feel like, oh, my skin is breaking out, well, you're getting rid of toxins, of course it's breaking out. Or if you feel like, oh, my skin's sort of greasy, your skin is trying to figure out what to do with all this new product that you've added to it. So give it a chance. It's one of the reasons you won't find me sending you a sample of this stuff, because you're gonna need like 2 weeks to be able to really see a difference. So I'm on day 5 or 6 and I'm already seeing a major difference. Like I said, when I wake up in the morning, I have less redness right here. I'm also seeing that up here feels really moisturized and a little bit more smooth and glowy. My makeup has been going on a little bit easier, so I've been happy with the results so far. But those first few days, I was like, this is a lot. Like, my face sort of feels greasy, it feels heavy, and my skin has started to adjust to that. So just be aware that there is an adjustment period. My morning routine would look slightly different than this, and we'll talk more about that. But this is a great night routine. It's a great place to start, even if you only do 2 or 3 of the steps, depending on your skin type and depending on what your needs are. I think you're gonna find that you have good results and that you have glowy skin and that you feel like you're taking steps to take care of your skin. Because once you have significant damage, right, significant wrinkles, you're at the point where you need to start reversing things. So my goal right now is to reverse anything I do have up here, those frowning lines, and also to prevent anything that I might get in the future. So I'm trying to take really good care of my skin so that my makeup can look great and I can feel confident walking out the door whether I'm wearing makeup or no makeup. So I hope that helped sort of explain some of the skincare line. We'll talk more about other times of day, like the morning, and try to hammer out, you know, what a morning skin routine would look like versus a nighttime skin routine. Thanks for joining me. Hope you have a great night. Bye.